Hello, Chatham Elementary. I'm happy to share with you today a story of P22, a cougar that lived in the Hollywood Hills and served as a very important cougar to help people understand the interaction between animals and humans and how they can live together successfully. This is Cougar Crossing, how Hollywood celebrity cougar helped build a bridge for city wildlife, written by Meeg Pincus, illustrated by Alexander Vidal. P22 is his name, for real. P for Puma, also called a mountain lion or cougar. 22 for ID number, and more on that later. He paces, muscles flex, tail twitches, famous letters loom above him in the night. How did this mountain lion get here, to a park squeezed between three huge highways in America's second largest city? How did he become P22, the famous Hollywood cougar and a hero for city wildlife? We wildlife biologists can guess how P22 got to that spot. And we know how he became a hero because we were part of it. Born in the Santa Monica Mountains, a national park area near the city of Los Angeles, P22 faced his first big challenge at age 2. The time came for him to disperse, to leave home to find a territory of his own, claim it with claw swipes on the ground, and protect it to the death from cougar competitors. But other males had already claimed every inch of these mountains, and the rumbling city bellowed below. P22 needed a way to get to more mountains with space to spare. But how? We've got a way to help all the LA mountain lions and other critters squeezed for space like this. The best bet? A bridge. A big, wide animal bridge. A wildlife crossing covered in trees and grass. This could connect the city's last natural spaces to more mountain ranges and open land up north. But sadly, no such wildlife crossing existed. We tried for years to get a wildlife crossing constructed, but we didn't have the support we needed. LA's puma population was on its own and on the road to extinction. So P22 headed into the city. Like a tourist, he strolled past Beverly Hills mansions and Hollywood hotspots. Then he hit his next big challenge, huge freeways packed with nonstop speeding cars and trucks. Oh man, we've lost too many LA cougars to car crashes. More every year. By some miracle, P22 made it across two major freeways, surviving 20 lanes of LA's legendary traffic. He found himself in a green, hilly place with no other cougar scents around. He couldn't go back. He couldn't go forward. Swipe, he claimed his spot there. Griffith Park was a puny pad for a puma, some 17 times smaller than a typical territory, but P22 made do. I jumped when I saw him on the remote camera. A mountain lion in our city park? For real? We had to get that crazy cat into our National Park Service cougar study. He stalked prey at night, mostly deer, sometimes a coyote or raccoon. He hid from humans and dozed during the day. One night, P22 caught scent of a human. He heard a rustle in the brush and whipped his head around for a look. Too late. He felt a sharp pinprick in his haunch. It took me 3 weeks to find our ghost cat. Then we gave him a nice nap, a checkup, a tag, and a tracking collar. And don't forget a name, P22, the 22nd puma tagged in the study. Sometimes P22 scratched markings in the dirt and planted his scent to attract a mate, but his signals were met with silence. Poor guy, his territory was too small and isolated for a mate, and we couldn't move him out. Wild male cougars rarely survive relocation. One day, after eating some small prey in the park, P-22 started to feel sick. His skin burned and itched. His hair dropped off in clumps. His eyes nearly swelled shut. What was happening? Rodent poison, a killer for wild predators. We gave P-22 some life-saving medicine. Come on, people. There are plenty of ways to repel rodents without poison. Look them up. Feeling better many months later, P-22 wandered into a neighborhood near the park. He discovered a cozy spot, calm and quiet, dark and dry, and settled down for a snooze. When he woke up, loud voices, bright lights. A media circus. We told them to clear the crowds and give P-22 some space to exit, but nobody would budge. After most of the harried humans finally headed home, P-22 slinked back into the night. He'd just lie low inside his park territory and try to avoid any big challenges for a while. Meanwhile, P-22 had become world famous. Finally, more folks were caring about cougars and supporting the wildlife crossing. However, one spot inside the park enticed P-22 with its nightly sounds and scents. Strange sounds and scrumptious scents of prey he'd never heard or smelled before. Then this, P-22 ate one of LA Zoo's koalas for dinner. Would his fans freak? Nope. People, even the zoo director, stood by their favorite cougar. P-22 continued to avoid humans at all costs, as cougars do. Even on the day Griffith Park hosted flocks of his fans, he was probably sleeping on the other side of the park. The P-22 Day Festival on October 22nd, named our Cool Cats Day by the city of Los Angeles. So much support for city wildlife and the crossing. P-22 paces, perhaps more slowly than he used to. Late in his lifespan, he likely won't live long enough to see the completed crossing. But thanks to him, it will be built to save his cougar cousins and other wildlife. Hollywood's celebrity cougar will forever be a hero to city animals everywhere. He spotlighted a message for us all. We must build bridges to live in harmony with nature, for real. Thanks, P-22, for the future. You did this, buddy, for us all. And on the last couple pages, we can learn a little bit about cougar facts on the right-hand side there, and the Cougar Crossing in LA, as well as on the left-hand side, 20 years of LA's mountain lions, a brief history. Thank you for listening.